Hello students, Bindu Chaudhary welcomes you in your social science class. Today in our unit 3rd, Judiciary. The Judiciary we are covering about chapter 5th, Judiciary, and in this one we today starts our part 2nd. What is the structure of courts in India? Before this, we in part first studied about the intro part of the judiciary, and in that one we discussed a lot about how the new cases comes into existence and with the which platform they are coming, and in that one we discussed about the different platforms as electronic media, as newspapers, and as any conversation about the topics of the era in the articles and other things. So, a lot about the different levels of judiciary, and in today's part we will discuss about the different structures of court in India, how different structures at different levels they are. We will continue here. So, what is the structure of the courts in India? Have you some assumptions for this one? Yes, we will discuss here. There are 3 different levels of courts in our country. When we are discussing about 3 different levels, then this is important that what are these 3 different levels. So, there are several courts at the lower level, while there is only one at the apex level. So, 2 things are clear from these 3. First one is the lower court, and second one is what? Second one is the apex level, at the top of the level. But other than this one, we have one more, high court is there. So, first of all we will discuss about the courts in our India. When we are discussing about the courts, the first one at the top level we have Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is at Delhi, New Delhi, and who is there? Chief Justice of India is the main whole soul of the Supreme Court, who as a judge gives her or his decisions in the court. So, it is clear in your mind about the Supreme Court. And when we are discussing about high courts, each district have their own high courts, but at some levels 2 districts have one high court also, and in the last we have lower courts. And if any decision taken by lower court and the victim didn't feel that I am comfortable about this decision, then they appeal to the high court, and with high court they are not satisfied, and only on that condition we have appellate system in our free India. So, they will appeal to Supreme Court for their own decision, for their own level of concentration. We will discuss this one also in our this part. See, the courts that most people interact with are called subordinate or district courts. When we are starting from the lower level, we will discuss this thing about this one, that subordinate and district courts are there for the most of the people's interactions. It was not directly they comes to the Supreme Court. First of all, they went to the subordinate or district courts. These are usually at the district. Where these subordinate or district courts are? These are at the district or at the tehsil level, or in towns they hear many kinds of cases. So, it is clear in your mind about the lower level of the courts. Okay, lower level of the courts mostly are at district level and sometimes at tehsil levels and town levels also, and most of the people interact with these lower courts. So, because many kinds of, not only special cases, many kinds of cases are there in these courts for the trial session. Each state, when we are coming to the high court, then the relation is with the state. Each state is divided into districts that are presided over by a district judge. So, when we are discussing about the district court, then these district courts are handled by whom? These district courts are handled by the district judge, and they administer all the decisions in the court. Each state has a high court also. When we are coming to the middle form of the courts, then it is High Court. Each state has a High Court which is the highest court of that state at the top. So these two are clear in your mind when we are taking about this pyramid. See, first we discussed about lower courts, and in the lower courts these are where, students? These are at the lower level. It means at the SC level, at town levels, or sometimes at the district levels also. And in these courts all the people have right to take their decisions and their cases with the help of the decisions by the judges. And in the middle we are discussing about high courts. In high courts, each state has their high courts, and these are the highest courts of that state. So this concept is also clear in your mind. And in the last we are coming at the top level, at the Supreme Court level. Then see, at the top is the Supreme Court that is located in New Delhi. So your concept is totally clear कि बच्चों Supreme Court कहाँ पे है? Supreme Court है New Delhi में, and is presided over by the Chief Justice of India. और वहाँ पे जो जज हैं उन्हें क्या कहा जाएगा? Chief Justice of इंडिया कहा जाएगा. सो दीज थ्री लेवल्स ऑफ कोर्ट्स आर इन अ पोजिशन टू बी इन योर माइंड. एवरी concept is clear in your mind. Okay, so the decisions made by the Supreme Court are binding on all other courts in India. If any person is not satisfied with the lower court, they appeal to the High Court, and with the decisions of High Court they are not satisfied, only on that condition they appeal to the Supreme Court. But if any decision taken by Supreme Court, then this is the main thing, that all the decisions taken by High Court or the lower court are dismissed. It means overall, what is the main thing? The main thing is the Supreme Courts are binding on all other courts in India. So all the decisions taken by Supreme Court is the main and final thing in the case. So we will consider this one with the examples also here. First of all, we will take a question here. Are these different levels of courts connected to each other? Their relation, yes. Is there any relation between lower level courts, high courts and Supreme Courts? Yes, they are. They have a relation to each other, because just we have studied about this one. So yes, they are connected to each other. In India, we have an integrated judicial system, meaning that the decisions made by the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. It means whatever decision taken by Supreme Courts are binding up to the higher level courts and lower courts also. So another way to understand this integration is through the appellate system that exists in India. हमारे भारत में क्या पद्धति है? हमारे भारत में है कि कोई भी व्यक्ति अगर लोअर कोर्ट से संतुष्ट नहीं है तो वह हाई कोर्ट में अपील कर सकते हैं, और हाई कोर्ट से भी संतुष्ट नहीं है तो वह सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अपील कर सकते हैं. बट द मेन थिंग इज दिस, इफ एनी डिसीजन टेकन बाय सुप्रीम कोर्ट, देन एवरीथिंग इज बाइंड अप बाय द डिसीजंस of the Supreme Court, and they are regulated with the other courts also. This means that a person can appeal to a higher court if they believe that the judgment passed by the lower court is not just in favor to them, or they are not satisfied by the decisions taken by the lower court or by the high courts, then they are in a position to appeal to the Supreme Court or the higher court. So this is clear in your mind, and when we are coming to this is clear in your mind, so we are coming to the one more appellate system. Let us understand what we mean by the appellate system. जब हम कहते हैं appellate system, it means अपील करने का अधिकार. by tracking a case. We are tracking a case and this case comes to the state. State, it means Delhi administration versus Lakshman Kumar and others in the year 1985. Yes, we are coming to state, Delhi administration, not with the other person's name, and the opposite party is whom? Lakshman Kumar and others. We will discuss this case in here also. From the lower courts to the Supreme Court. This case comes from the starting of the stage. Yes, from the starting lower court. First of all, Lakshman Kumar and others versus state. Okay, so first of all they appeal to the lower court, not satisfied, then they appeal to the high court, and in the last they appeal to the Supreme Court for the above. We will discuss here what is the case of this one. In February 1980, Lakshman Kumar married 20 years old Sudha Goyal and they lived in a flat in Delhi with Lakshman's brothers and their families. Okay, so this one is the starting of the case, and on 2nd December 1980, see, after Feb, this one is 2nd December 1980 of the same year, Sudha died in hospital due to burns. Just only 10 to 11 months, near about 11 months, Sudha died in hospital. And what's the reason behind it? Due to burns. Okay, so what's the main thing here? Her family filed a case in the court. Sudha Goyal's family filed a case in the court, and in that case, when this case was heard in the trial court, it was on the lower court, 4 of her neighbors were called in as witnesses. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि परिवार के सदस्य को ही विटनेस के रूप में लिया जा सकता है। तो यहाँ पे इस केस में जब सुधा गोयल की फैमिली ने केस फाइल किया था, तो सुधा गोयल के जो इन लॉज फैमिली है वहाँ के नेबर के 4 लोगों को भी एज अ विटनेस वहाँ पे कोर्ट में बुलाया गया था। They stated on the night of December 1st, they had heard Sudha scream and had forced their way into Lakshman's flat. So this was the starting of the Sudha's families screaming to the Sudha, because the neighbors heard about the screams of Sudha when on December 1st, and in that one they had heard about the forcement taken by the Lakshman's families, Lakshman and other families of the other members of the family, and in that one they forced out, kick out Sudha from their flat. But what's happened? There they saw Sudha standing with her sari in flames. और वहाँ पे जो कंडीशंस हैं, सुधा चीख रही हैं, चिल्ला रही हैं, और जो 4 लोग दौड़ के वहाँ पे आते हैं, उन्होंने क्या देखा कि सुधा की साड़ी में तो आग लगी हुई है। They extinguished the fire by wrapping Sudha in a gunny bag and a blanket. Yes, these are the protective measures taken for the burning members, and same the neighbors did on that time, because they packed her, they wrapped Sudha in a gunny bag and a blanket for the saving mode. Sudha told them that her mother-in-law Shakuntala had poured kerosene oil on her and that her husband Lakshman had lit the fire. And on that time, December 1st night, Sudha told to the neighborhood about the incident taken place with her, and in that incident she described about her mother-in-law Shakuntala, who poured kerosene oil on her, and on the same time Lakshman, her husband, lit a fire to Sudha. So the incident was very horrifying. How Sudha beared all these things. Students, आपको क्या लगता है कि जलना इतना आसान होता है? हमारी एक अंगुली जल जाती है तो हम कितना पैनिक फील करते हैं. And what about the condition of Sudha Goyal on December 1st, 1980, when she told every incident to the neighborhoods, and what's the situation going on with that fellow? Because Shakuntala, her mother-in-law, as well as her husband Lakshman, lit a fire to her, and Shakuntala poured kerosene on her during the trial. So this case comes to the court, and in that time what happened, students? Sudha's family members, it means their own family members with the neighborhood, they trialed on the court, and members of Sudha's family and a neighbor stated that Sudha had been subjected to torture by her in-laws, and that they were demanding more cash, a scooter and a fridge on the birth of the first child. The situations are very worse today also, because dowry system totally spoiled our society, and this is the main thing, students. It means women suffered a lot from this dowry system, and when we discussed about the case of Sudha Goyal, the same was going on with her also, because her in-laws family members demanded not only cash as well as a scooter, fridge on the birth of the first child. This child was not only of Sudha Goyal, her husband's also, but only demands were by the Sudha's family, Sudha's parents, and this condition became very worst. आप खुद सोचिए कि एक लड़की अपने अरमान लेके आ रही है और उनको डोवरी सिस्टम, दहेज प्रथा के नाम पे उनको टॉर्चर किया जाता है और बाद में उन्हें जला के मार दिया जाता है. As part of their defense, Lakshman and his mother stated that Sudha Sari had accidentally caught fire when she was hitting milk. See the condition, because two oppositions were there, and Lakshman and his mother stated that we did not did any crime. Only and only it is Sudha's fault. Why? Because accidentally Sudha's sari had caught fire, because on that time she was hitting milk. So we are not responsible for the death of Sudha, but it's their decision, not the decision of the lower court. So what's the decision of the lower court? See here. On the basis of this and other evidences, the trial court convicted Lakshman, his mother Shakuntala, and his brother-in-law Subhash Chandra, and sentenced all three of them to death. और अब क्या हो रहा है? ट्रायल कोर्ट ने क्या किया? ट्रायल कोर्ट ने डिसीजन लिया, एंड in that decision they convicted Lakshman, his mother Shakuntala, as well as Lakshman's brother Subhash Chandra. For what, students? For sentence to death. जब तक मर नहीं जाते तब तक वह जेल में ही रहेंगे. See, we have different levels of high courts in states. First of all, this one is the picture of High Court of Madras. When we are discussing about High Courts of Patna, this one is the scenario there. And when we are coming to the High Court of Karnataka, this is the main front picture of the Karnataka, and this one is the Aizawl Mizoram bench of the Guwahati High Court. So this one is the front of the Guwahati High Court picture. So different states have different levels of high courts, and we discussed about three levels of courts. First one lower, then higher, and then what? Supreme Court. Yes, the main court for which we had discussed about that if Supreme Court had taken decision for any crime, for any case, then all the other courts also abide with that decision. When lower court had taken decision in Lakshman's case, on that time what happened? High courts were first established. First of all, we will discuss about high courts, and after that we will discuss about this continuing case of Lakshman and his family. High courts were first established in the 3 presidencies of Calcutta. When we are coming to the starting, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras in the year 1862. See the years mentioned here. It means on that time we didn't get our freedom. So, in 1862 only 3 presidency cities, Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, have their own high courts. The High Court of Delhi came existence when came up in the year 1966. So, lots of difference in years with these one. Currently, there are 25 high courts in our India, and when we are discussing about 25 high courts, then what about the other states, students? See, well, many states have their own high courts, but when we are discussing about the collaboration of 2 states and they have one high court, on that time we discussed about Punjab and Haryana. Yes, Punjab and Haryana share a common high court at Chandigarh. And when we are discussing about the other states, then 4 northeastern states of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh have a common high court at Guwahati. So, this one is the scenario of the high courts in our India. Andhra Pradesh, Amravati and Telangana in Hyderabad have separate high courts from 1st January 2019. So, this one is the scenario of the high courts. Some high courts have benches in other parts of the state for greater accessibility. Yes, for example, in Rajasthan, we have main high court in Jodhpur, but we have a bench of this high court in Jaipur also. For what reasons, students? For greater accessibility, these benches are taken into existence. So, with this one, everything is clear in your mind, and when we are discussing about in November 1983, the 3 accused, yes, the same case of Lakshman Kumar versus state, it means Delhi, okay. 3 accused went to the High Court to appeal against this verdict of the trial court because they were not satisfied the decision taken by the trial courts. That's why they appealed to the High Court for the same. The High Court, after hearing the argument of all the lawyers, decided that Sudha had died due to an accidental fire caused by the kerosene stove. It means totally the scenario was changed in 1983 by the High Court, and taken decision by the lower courts were totally finished because High Court had taken decision that all 3 totally free because of the accidental fire caused of the Sudha Goyal. But this one is the final? No, nothing. This one was not the final decision because Lakshman, Shakuntala and Subhash Chandra were acquitted only in High Court. But what's about the other courts? We will discuss here. See, you may remember the photo essay on the women's movement in your class 7th book. Yes, in class 7th you have a picture there of the women's movement. What that picture show you in class 7? See here, we are correlating that pictures with our this incident. We read about how in the 1980s women's group across the country spoke out against dowry deaths because dowry system was very much on that time also, and at present also dowry system is there in our India. So, women's groups all over across the country, they spoke out against dowry deaths, because many deaths were going on that time for the same case. They protested against the failure of the courts to bring their cases to justice, because with the same Sudha Goyal's case, these were not totally satisfied by the decision taken by the High Court. So, the above High Court judgment deeply troubled women, and they had demonstrations and filed a separate appeal against this High Court decision in the Supreme Court through the Indian Federal of Women's Lawyers. अब हो क्या रहा है, सिर्फ सुधा गोयल की जो फैमिली है वही इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, लक्ष्मण, शकुंतला एंड सुभाष चंद्र, इट मीन्स लक्ष्मण की जो फैमिली है वही इन्वॉल्व नहीं है बच्चों। यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, बहुत ज़्यादा वुमेन्स का जो ग्रुप है वह प्रोटेस्ट करने लग गया था अगेंस्ट द डॉवरी सिस्टम एंड स्पेशली अगेंस्ट द डॉवरी डेथ्स ऑफ द वुमेन्स, एंड फॉर द सेम वन दे वर अगेंस्ट द डिसीजन टेकन बाय द हाई कोर्ट, एंड दैट्स वाई all these things totally changed, and these women's groups appealed to the Supreme Court against High Court through the Indian Federal of Women's Lawyer Association, and this Supreme Court studied all the case again, and what's going on, see, in 1985 the Supreme Court heard this appeal against the acquittal of Lakshman and the 2 members of his family. So this case first of all went to the lower court, then to the higher court, and in the last to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court heard the arguments of the lawyers and reached a decision that was different from that of the High Court. It was totally changed decision taken by the High Court. In that decision, they found Lakshman and his mother guilty but acquitted the brother-in-law Subhash because they did not have any enough evidence against him. So totally changed decision taken by the Supreme Court, and with that decision they totally free Subhash Chandra from that case, and they only guilt about the Lakshman and mother. Okay, so the Supreme Court decided to send the accused to prison for the whole life, and in that case Supreme Court had taken decision that only Lakshman and his mother went to the jail for the whole life, not Subhash Chandra, because they did not found any witness against Subhash Chandra, brother-in-law of Sudha Goyal. We will continue this one because this is the important case in the all courts, in the all levels of the court, and this is the important case for the awareness of the society, also awareness of the women also. So have a nice day.